Welcome to another podcast of Suddenly Adjushi. Welcome. How are
Hi,
you?
welcome. I'm a bit tired because recently I had so many things happen to my life.
Okay.
Yeah. And first I quit my job, as you know.
Yeah. How does
And
it feel?
I'm like I went to the office every day,
Mm,
and the quitting the job is like quitting my routine.
hmm
That makes me feel a bit anxious
okay.
because I have nothing to do from today because I quit last Friday, and today I have nothing to do, so I can take podcast with you. But in general, I think it was a right decision to not extend the contract.
Mm. Yeah. So it was always temporary, like
Mhm.
3 months. But I think you mentioned you didn't like the work. How about the going to office? How about the colleagues? How about the atmosphere?
Yeah, in
Will you miss
general,
it?
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna miss it because the work itself was boring. It is not what I like, but
Mm.
the colleagues were fantastic. I think
Oh wow.
my team was so good, and my personality is usually I just speak up when there is a problem,
Mm.
and this kind of action is not common in Korea. But the leader liked my opinion, and the colleagues also love it. But not all the colleagues, just my team. Like 10 people
I
supported
see.
me. Yeah, but of course the founders and other teams think that weird guy say weird things again.
Yeah, I mean you are a little more progressive. Learn, yeah,
Yeah, I
you learn from the West, so to speak.
yeah, kind of. I
It's
think,
different.
but I was the same before I moved to the West. But
Mm.
it is anyway. I just since anyway when I do the work, I think I have to do my best to solve any problems or issues, which means I have to speak up. I have to say the solutions or any personal statement when there is a problem. Yeah, I just do it without ignoring every social cues.
Let me ask you, if you were a permanent employee, would you also do the same? Or did it change your behavior, the limited or
Mm.
the 3 months contract?
Many of my colleagues are like, in Korea, most jobs are like tenure. They work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, companies cannot fire people very easily. It's really difficult. So some of my colleagues have the same opinions, but they just don't say anything. They say it very politically,
Okay.
like after 3 months or 5 months. As a 3 months contract, because I only had just a 3 months contract, so I could speak whatever I want,
Okay. You're saying the right things.
make people uncomfortable, like make other leaders uncomfortable, team leaders.
Yeah. But bringing forward the company.
Mhm. There's a problem. I have to say it,
Yeah. Don't take it personally, right?
but they take it personally. That's the problem. Is it same in Germany?
If you're not professional, you take it personal. Yeah, but
So,
generally I think it's the same. Some people take it personal. Some people understand that something like speaking up to a problem is healthy. It changes your perspective. It gives you ideas and you should be open and they should have the company at interest. But some people, I think it also depends on the culture of the company. Some people take it personal. They might not mention it or they might not tell you, but you immediately feel, okay, that person he's not acting professionally. He takes it personal. Yeah.
So how's the ratio
Oh, I can't tell.
of
I can't tell.
Germany?
But yeah, something like this, I think, also happens in Germany. Yeah,
It's
it's
just
it's
the same.
tough. Yeah, it's tough. But in the end, I mean, if you think you have brought up that a certain issue, um, let's say politically correct, and you're just stating a problem, then you should not be worried, I think. You should not be worried because, of course, the other person can take it personal and there might be some consequences, but you did the right thing. It's in the interest of the company. Yeah, that's also my opinion. You should, I mean, obviously there are hierarchies and stuff, but I think if you're acting professionally, there shouldn't be a problem as long as the problem you raised is valid, you know.
My problem is I just say it too early.
How about how do you address the problem? Are you expressing it politically correct or are you very direct?
I try to say it politically, but whenever I see those dumbness, I just immediately become angry
Oh wow.
and say very directly to them because they don't understand it. It
Yeah.
takes too long time for them to understand the
Yeah.
issues, sadly, for the most people. So hiring a good person, smart person, good colleagues is very, very important.
Mm,
So you can communicate. Like for the startups, CEO may have some abilities, but what who he hire in the beginning are usually not very like they don't need very smart people in the beginning of the companies. So
mm,
in the beginning they hire some people who can replace their some small jobs like buying stuffs from online for the
mm,
office
mm.
or do some like simple accounting stuff, which means those jobs don't require like that
You don't
high
have to
like
be smart.
education.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So the problem is those people becomes the leader levels as the time goes by.
Mm,
So and the business becomes bigger and the people, more smarter people joins the company. And then it's gonna be very tough for the new smart people to persuade those old normal people. Yeah, that's the issue of the many startups in Korea.
mm,
Is yeah, because the smart people have to persuade some like those like old, not old, not it's not the age like yeah the
like seniority.
seniority,
Mm,
and they're less smarter. And company
mm,
it like companies startups needs a speed is
mhm.
yeah, speed is very important in startup, but it takes so much effort and time for the newcomers to persuade those.
Yeah. Interesting. I once worked for a startup, like very early. They haven't even be founded on paper. And I think the founders, they had a focus on like promising candidates. Like they're hiring not like, let's say, cheap labor or kind of assistant jobs, but they're like proper job, like proper positions where they can build the leaders. And if there were works to do that don't require much education, they just hire interns, like for 3 months, 6 months. Yeah. So I think in my experience it's a bit different. And I think they just hire for fit. So whoever doesn't fit, they will not hire. And so this is how they built the culture back then.
I think that's maybe the difference between just Korea and Germany, maybe. Because I experienced two startups and they were all the same. In the beginning, they require some like people to do some casual jobs. It may sound very insulting, so I have to be careful to say it. I like them personally, those people, of course, but they are in general listen to those founders. They are not like how to say. They don't have any entrepreneur mindset.
Mm,
They just do what the founders require.
mm.
Yeah, so they don't. They normally just don't think that much when they work, and
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
I mean, as I mentioned, I only worked for one startup, and the founder himself, he had companies before, so he had some experience. It could be that, yeah, people just, are different, and could be also cases like yours, definitely.
right. Anyway, the problem is just they just the founders usually hire them because those people listen to him.
Mm.
Or yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I
I
wanted
know
to
what you
say.
mean. Yeah, yeah. I think in general, it's hard if, for example, if you have a company yourself and you would have to hire someone who has a strong opinion that is not maybe in line with yours, or maybe hiring even smarter people. It's hitting your ego, kind of. And I
Right.
think if you're hiring someone who is, let's say, better than you, that's for me, it always shows character. Yeah, it shows a strength in that person. But yeah, it's only what I know from books, papers. Personally, no experience.
Anyway, if the founder can make decisions based on common sense,
Mm,
then or the reasons, so if he can, anyway, in the end, he or she have to hire those people who have a better ability than themselves.
mm,
So if they can figure out what is right and what is wrong, then it's gonna be okay. But
mm.
the startups I experienced in South Korea are heading to the very different.
Have a different, let's say, have a different approach. Okay, yeah. So what else happened? You said a lot of stuff happened the last week.
I moved to a new
You
place.
moved.
My
Yeah,
family moved to a new place.
your place. I think you got a room on the sunny side. It was very sunny.
Yeah, there, and I can see my elementary school. And
Wow.
this is my elementary school.
Yeah, it looks good. Very, very bright.
I don't have any curtains so far. It's ordered online, but it hasn't arrived. So live
So how
like
was the
this.
move in general?
It was smooth,
Smooth?
and yeah, and there's no problem because it is like it has a long story. This apartment was actually where I lived from when I was 5 or 4. Yeah, and I lived here until 2000, I think 2006.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember you told me about the new apartment building, and it is a place where obviously you have lived before, as you mentioned, but you also said you temporarily moved to another place while the place you're living in right now is being kind of rebuilt or upgraded.
Right. Yeah, but temporary. It was a temporary move, and it was for 10 years, more than 10 years. And I lived
Okay.
in China. I've been to France, United States,
Yeah.
and I have my home in another city.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that the contract of that my house expires next month anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, and this apartment is very brand new. Just finished building last month. It is like, how to say, I think it's very expensive, super
Very
expensive
expensive.
apartment, and it is so
Is it
good. I didn't
they
know.
They tore the whole old building down, or did they? Yes, and from the ground up. Okay.
Yeah. And company, the construction company was selected
Hmm.
when I was in middle school, and it took 20 years to finish rebuilding here because of so many regulations. I think in Germany, this kind of rebuilding is not common. Mostly they just keep the old buildings.
Yes, I think we have talked about this before. I'm not sure if it is even a thing, as you mentioned. I've never heard something like this before in Germany. Usually, once you have a building, it will be there forever, unless maybe a new investor is buying the property and no one else is renting an apartment. And then he can tore it down, of course, and build something new. But let's say if there was a building in Germany and everyone agreed to rebuild a building, yeah, something like that would never happen. Yeah,
Here,
very
here in
not sure. I think it's not a thing. So that's why there are buildings with apartments that are called old buildings. Let's say it's called in German. It's called Altbau. So mostly of those buildings are older than I don't know, 50 years, 60 years, even 100 years. Yeah.
in Korea, people usually think house as a permanent property.
Mm.
They think it's better than a savings in a bank account, or it's better than buying stocks. So, and they think it's gonna be permanent. So, yeah, people think it is, yeah, people believe it is the, how to say it, people, so many people earned so much profits than their abilities with those apartments, with this real estate properties.
Real estate, yeah.
So, like developing countries, the same. Think about Shanghai. Shanghainese could get so much profits because
Mm.
the only reason was they own their apartments in Shanghai. It's happened same in South Korea. We are also very newly developed country, so
Mm.
yeah, people are obsessed with it. So when there is an old apartment, it's getting more expensive.
Yeah.
Why?
I
Because they
mean,
expect it to be rebuilt.
real estate as an asset class, I think it's a worldwide thing. Like everyone is telling you to buy a property and or invest into a home because it's kind of like, yeah, kind of a safe, but yet it's very kind of a great investment long term. And I see the point because if you're renting a place, you're, so to speak, throwing out the money. Otherwise, you can just pay monthly mortgage and you, so to speak, don't waste any money. But at the same time, I feel like there are always kind of reels or stuff like that that are showing, okay, back then our parents paid like almost nothing for a property, and now for the same money you can't even get a very small apartment.
Mhm.
So it's tough. I mean, if I'm looking at the real estate market here in Munich, I think for a million euros, or let's say $1 million, you probably get, let's say on average would get maybe 60, 70 square meters. That's like 2 or 3 bedrooms. That's it. And it's not even, I would say it's not even a new apartment. It's kind of 20, 30, 50 years old. That's that's hard because if you're paying that loan or that mortgage for 40 years, 50 years, yeah,
Yeah. So
that calculation makes you kind of sick, right?
yeah, and which means buying a house is a kind of trap. You have to work forever.
Yeah, When you're 70, you're owner of a building.
But here, like this apartment, my parents bought this like 2 million euros, I think, in the beginning, 30 years,
Hmm.
20, around 30 years ago. But now it's 4 million. So it's more than 10 times.
Yeah, yeah,
It's definitely significantly higher. The how to say, the change of the price is significantly higher than
yeah.
the
It's like
stock,
20,
uh,
20 times.
salary increase.
Yeah.
So
What
yeah,
can you do?
I don't know. For me, it's almost impossible to buy it by
Mm,
myself. But
yeah.
surprisingly, there are so many young couples living in this neighborhood.
Mm,
So that is pretty interesting. I don't know how did they get this.
yeah. I think there's only a few options. Either you're have a very high paying job, or you're like you own a company, or you got it from the family,
Yeah, that
or
is
you're
basic things, I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think only those options apply. I think, yeah, what else? There's nothing else. Either you earn a lot of money or you don't.
Even winning a lottery,
Even a
yeah,
lottery, winning a lottery is also an option.
no, is they still cannot buy this house in Korea with a
Okay.
Korean lottery because the winner only gets 1 million.
Oh, that's all?
That's all.
That's
And
like the
like
cap.
no, there is no cap. It's based on the number of the winners, but we have like 5 to 10 winners every week.
Oh,
Korean
wow.
lottery is not very. They don't have much numbers. They don't have many numbers, just like
Okay.
6 numbers.
Like German lottery is quite big. I mean, 1 million is the minimum. And I think there's also the Euro jackpot. I think the whole Europe can play or participate in that lottery. And I think I heard something like 100 million before. Like at least 10 million, I think, for the Euro jackpot. For the national jack lottery, I think it's, if I would have to guess, on average, between 5, 10 million. Yeah.
So do you buy a lottery?
From time to time, yeah. Because if you think like, okay, the chances are not very high, then
Mm.
I rather not buy a lottery ticket. But at the same time, if you don't have at least one ticket, you don't have a chance. You have zero chance. If you buy one ticket, you increased your chance by 100% of having a chance.
I have to, yeah. I think the same, exactly same.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes there's subscription to having to participate in that lottery. Yeah. Just,
Subscription.
yeah, like every 2 times per week, they will draw the numbers
Mhm.
and you can just, you know, always pay for a random lottery ticket. It's not
That
expensive, I
is.
think. Yeah.
How much is the lottery?
You can spend a lot of money, but the minimum is, I think, I'm really not sure, maybe 7 euros or something. Yeah.
So you
You
pay
I
seven,
think, let me check how many numbers. You pick 6 out of 49 numbers. And then,
six.
there's kind of a super number, which is 0
Mm-mm.
to 9. And based on that, you just win or lose. So if you have one
So,
number, you get a minimum amount based on how many other people have one number, right? Correct? And so on. And this is basically playing one kind of field. You can buy another field. You can buy as many fields as you want. So you can double, triple, quadruple your chances. Yeah.
so paying for the one number is 7 euros.
Like picking 6 numbers
Six
and
numbers
one
in
special number is like, I think 7 euros. Yeah.
in Korea is 7 cents.
7 cents.
Yeah,
You see, but your
that's
jackpot is very,
that's
oh,
70 cents, right? Right, like around around 1 euro. It's cheaper than 1 euro.
yeah,
70 or
yeah,
80 cents.
yeah. That's why your
But
jackpot is so low.
Yeah, but Korea loves lottery a lot
Okay.
because there's no hope in this society. Everyone buys lottery. So I just searched about it, and the revenue of the lottery company, Korea
Mm.
Lottery Organization, in 2020 was 3 billion euro.
Wow.
It is just we only have the 50 million people here,
Mhm.
and everyone buys lottery every week, so they could make 3 billion euros.
But still, your jackpot is 1 million on average. Or can
Yeah,
someone win like 10 million or 20
yeah,
million?
it's possible because if there are if he's the only winner,
Yeah.
if there yeah he or she's the
So
only
there's
winner, it's
always
possible.
multiple winners.
Yeah,
Oh,
mostly.
that's weird
I
because
thought it's yeah
in
many
German
people.
lottery, there's also from time to time like two or three people win the jackpot, and then they split the jackpot. But it's not very common to have multiple ones every week. So
Mm,
it could be even that there's no winner at all, which is also common. That's why the jackpot always increases until someone,
same
yeah.
here. Oh, I just asking about ChatGPT. It says on average there are 8 winners per week.
Wow,
Yeah, but
that's a bit,
sometimes, as you said, there's no winner, so
yeah.
it's accumulated.
But on average, that's quite high. That means they're picking the right numbers very often.
Mm.
Yeah. Huh.
People, because it's very cheap, as I said, people usually buy a lot,
Uh-huh.
at least 5 per
Okay.
time. So, yeah. So, I think it makes sense. It's not very different from the statistics.
What is there a chance of winning the jackpot? Like, is there a stated chance? For example, in Germany, for winning the national lottery, the chances are 1 to 140 million. So only
Oh,
1 per 140 million is the chance to win.
it should be the same, I think, because we
Yeah.
have the same numbers and the same special number. So, say we have to pick 6 numbers,
Yeah.
an extra one
An
special
extra
number.
number.
It's just
Did you play before? Or when was the last time you played?
possible, but I always buy only one like
Yeah,
line. Yeah,
one ticket. What was your highest win?
30 in Korean won. It is 50K. In euros,
Okay,
it's about 30 euros or 35
okay.
euros. Yeah.
I think my last time I played was I think last year, end of last year. I think I won like 5 euros. But my highest win was 250 euros.
Wow, that's a lot.
I had like four numbers or something.
Wow,
Four.
almost.
Yeah, but there are many like it makes a big difference if you have the special number right. If I had the special number right, I had maybe a couple of thousands. And
Mm.
I remember that because I just turned 18 that week and I just wanted to celebrate. Yeah,
So it was a huge gift.
huge gift, but I just spent it on consumption.
I also won it when I bought the lottery for the first or the second time. Very
Mhm.
early stage, like 5, 6 years ago.
Mm.
I bought lottery for the first time 5 years ago, and I won it. I got 30 euros on my second purchase.
Maybe you should give it a chance for the new year. Let me check what's the current jackpot. Current jackpot. So the euro is right. The euro jackpot is 84.
The winner can get 80.
Yeah. You have to pick five numbers
Mhm.
and two so-called special numbers or euro numbers, they call it. Yeah.
Wow,
It's crazy,
that
right?
is a life-changing experience.
I mean, 84 million, you can't even imagine, right?
Right.
And you know, fun fact, there's a Chinese from Qingtian who won that Euro jackpot once. I think he won like over 100 million. That's at
Wow.
least what I heard. At least what I heard. That's
From
crazy,
your
right?
parents.
Not for my because the community is so small, I think people talk in that town. That's crazy,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, that is insane.
So I know we had decided some topic like always, but I think let's talk about the lottery. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Traveling a lot.
Travel a lot.
Traveling, like stay in the United States for a year, fly to go whatever, wherever I want.
Okay.
And also visiting Europe
Hmm.
and like just drive my car from Russia to Europe.
Driving your car from Russia to Europe is something that a friend of us did.
Hmm?
No, let's say you win 10 million, 10 million
Like
euros
Euro.
or US dollars. Doesn't matter. 10 million. It's not like 80 or 100 million, but it's also not 1 million. It's kind of
1 million is nothing.
yeah. 1 million, I think, is also life changing, but you have to be smart with it. But 10 million is, yeah, it's life changing, I think.
Yeah, if I get the 10 million, I don't know, what would you do with 10 million?
10 million. I think the very first thing is, I think I would just sit down for a few weeks and plan a bit. Plan who to tell, what to do with the money, save up or invest. Or, I mean, if you have 10 million, you can buy almost everything you want, except maybe apartments. Yeah. You can buy an apartment, but you cannot just buy multiple ones, I think. And I think 10 million you have to, or I would plan a bit how to allocate that money, either save up or, give monies to the family or something.
Is there anything you want to buy?
It's tricky. I think property would also be on the list, because good thing about property is it's not all about consumption, it's about kind of investment, because you're freeing up money that you would pay actually for rent. So that's actually a smart kind of purchase. But I would
Yeah.
still get a loan, I think. Like get a loan because you just pay interest. It's cheaper. Yeah. Uh I think travel is also one of the first things I would do. Yeah, I
Okay.
think. But not for a very long time, I think. Maybe for 2 months, maybe. Then it's enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But consumption wise, not sure. Not sure. Buy a Porsche.
Porsche, buy Tesla.
Yeah. Buy a Tesla.
For me, I probably buy one small house for myself, apartment for myself. It was gonna be around like 2 million in
Mm.
Gangnam. So I'm gonna buy the stocks, United States stocks.
Okay.
All extra money is an investment, and maybe I can buy some small buildings or rent to collect some rents.
I see. I see.
But that is pretty, I think, disturbing to manage those apartments.
That sounds very, let's say, responsible. Very responsible to have the goal of kind of not consume it in a way that is not returning any money. I'm not sure. I would also try to invest that money, but I wouldn't be sure if I want to spend the majority into real estate. But also stocks is kind of quite risky, I think. Yeah, I think it makes a difference if you invest, like, let's say, 1,000 euros versus 1 million. Because maybe if the if the stock plummets for like 40%, you're losing 400,000. So it's, I don't know, it's the sum is quite heavy. But yeah, those are kind of the go-to assets, I would say. But personally, I think having a home base is always good. And then I can just go travel.
Yeah, and I just want to go travel without any worries.
Would you change your kind of style of travel?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I think I can go to more expensive places like Germany, United States.
Well, you wouldn't have to hold back. Yeah,
If
true.
I have money, I probably just visit Germany this time.
Will you give me money then?
No, I cannot carry that much money.
Yeah. So you wouldn't change your style of travel. Yeah. But probably spend money on accommodation.
Probably a little bit, but my standard is not very high. Just want to travel long time, for very long.
Yeah. Yeah. So 4 stars is okay.
4 stars is fine, totally fine.
From 3 to 4 stars.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they don't, they don't have bugs or cockroaches, rats.
How about flying? Would you fly economy?
Yes, but I can change it spontaneously.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's hard because flying business is, of course, if you have that kind of sum on your bank account, it's, of course, you say, okay, I just fly business every time. But I feel like if you're kind of a bit responsible, you might think, oh, is it worth it? Like spending 5K, 10K on business class. It's very, lavish, so to speak, spent like immediately on something that has no return. But I can imagine as a treat, definitely.
Mm-mm. Business class is so good. It's a good treat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Both
it's
of us look so happy
yeah,
talking about this stuff.
we're very excited. I think I cannot sleep.
Dopamine
Yeah,
rush.
yeah. Yeah, but I think, yeah, for real, I mean, I think I would sit down and just plan a little bit, do some calculations on, because I think if you have money, all that money but for yourself, it can get a bit boring, I think, I believe. And that's why I think I would try to share it, maybe invite friends, family to have a trip or something like this. And then of course try to invest that money to always have 10 million or have more.
I think the winning a lottery can remove my anxious.
Mm.
Yeah, the main is very good treatment that I can remove my anxious and do what I want. I basically want to work until I die because yeah, life without working sounds a bit boring.
Mm.
I cannot
Yeah.
live like that forever.
Yeah.
You're gonna die very early if you don't work.
Yeah. I mean, you mean you have to do something productive. That means not playing golf or something forever, but something that has some kind of accomplishments, right? So what is also what I feel like. But
Like
as you mentioned, it gives you the freedom to do whatever. What would you do with that time in terms
the
of
thing,
doing something productive?
since I like to talk to the new people and
Mm.
I like to get along with others, I think I may open a small cafe in
Mm.
a complex, like apartment complex, like here. It's
Hmm.
very new apartment here, and we don't have any cafe here near here. So I want to open one, just
Mm.
casually talk to some random people. That's what I want to do, and more. Yeah, I want to do my brand,
Mm.
sell like clothes and like accessories
Ah, okay.
to some brands.
It's funny because when I ask people or friends about what would they do, I think it's a topic that comes up sometimes. What would you do if you could do whatever? They always tell me about the coffee shop.
Me?
No, not you. Other friends. They always tell me about the coffee shop. I wonder why. Owning a coffee shop is kind of that trend or a dream.
And I
Because
think
you can be realistic and think, okay, if you have some money saved up or from family friends, you could actually open up a very small coffee shop. But why would you do it only if you have a 10 million on your bank account?
I don't know. I think people like it because it has a physically fixed place,
Mm,
and they can just stand there and talk to new people. I think people who wants to open a coffee shop should be a good people because they are a good customer.
mm.
They expect customer should be good. So they may want to be a coffee shop, but they want to open a coffee shop. But if you are someone horrible
Yeah,
and they won't open the coffee shop, but there is a freedom because they expect horrible customers because they are horrible.
that's a good point. Because if I think about it, some other friends who wanted to have a coffee shop, they're also very open. They're also very, let's say, happy people who just want to own the coffee shop and have that kind of atmosphere every day, invite friends over, have a chat, you know, just like Ajussis drinking coffee, talking about
Right.
trash. Yeah, that's true. But to be honest, it would also be kind of my dream to just have a space for friends and family to hang out. It's different than come over, have a coffee at my home.
Right.
It's just doing something good for the neighborhood, probably.
But for me, I don't want to invite my friends.
You know,
No,
I
I
would
don't
have to pay
want.
for it.
I mean, you don't have to pay for it. You can come over, but don't spend too much time. Don't spend too much time in my space. I just like to talk to the newcomers
Mm,
because if the
yes.
friend comes, I know my personality is that
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk to you for whole day. That is not good for my business.
I see, I see. You're also needing kind of that new experiences and maybe some other inspiration from other people.
Yeah, I just like to talk to
Mm,
some random people.
mm. Yes, you too. I
What
think
would you do?
if I'm being very honest, I think I would consider becoming a um
Coffee shop owner.
no, not maybe on the side, but a friend of mine is doing an apprenticeship to becoming a fully qualified PGA professional, golf professional. So not a golf pro, but he's kind of becoming a, let's say, teacher, golf
Mhm.
instructor, kind of. Of course, you can do other jobs, but it's kind of an apprenticeship for 3 years or kind of qualification. And then you can just work as a golf instructor anywhere and maybe run a golf club or something like this.
Sounds great. Suits you.
I think this is something I think I would do if I had no worries about money and anything. Because I think first I love the sport. And second, I think I also like to talk about like the golf swing and the equipment and yeah, kind of stuff like this.
What makes you not to pursue that dream this right now?
I think very first thing is I'm not sure if I want to be a golf instructor like full time, you know, full time. I know I like the sport a lot, and but I'm not sure if I can do it as a job forever. Because if I do this apprenticeship, I need kind of a perspective. I need a future plan, and I don't see myself teaching every day.
So you want to be a golf instructor with freedom, with money.
I want to be a golf instructor with 10 million on my bank account.
It makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense, right? Becoming free to become a golf instructor to become free. Yeah, but the other thing is, I'm not sure how it could affect my passion for the sport. Because if I have to dig into this sport very deeply, and I know you're going very deep into this topic, I'm not sure if it doesn't destroy this passion for me. And I want it to be very non-binding, casual. Yeah. I don't want to be frustrated by it. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I mean, but this is the only, I think, two things that are hindering me. Also, my handicap.
You need more practice.
I need more practice. Yeah, but to have more practice, I need more money. I
You
haven't
know,
been that
mm,
happy before.
right. So happy. Now, I will take a data science data analysis bootcamp
Mm,
in 2 weeks. And after quitting my job, and I just get rejected from all the schools in the United
mm,
States, I'm not sure if that data analysis thing is still the thing that I want to do.
mhm.
Mm.
Why did it change?
I don't know. I just want to work with good people
Mm,
right now, and I think I may give up moving abroad. But anyway, if I have 10 million, I don't need to worry about this shit. I can hire just personal instructor for data analysis. Let him teach me just right next to me. I don't need to take the national vocational education.
mm.
That's what I wanted to say. I can
But
just go Europe, find the instructor there,
fun,
and hire her,
okay. Who's traveling along with you, teach you data science?
play
But
golf with you.
yeah, but data science is then something that you find interested in, right?
Yes, but if I don't do if I giving up doing a research, then spending like 6 months there is kind of waste of time.
Mm.
Do I need a 6 months of training?
I don't know
I don't
about
know.
data science, but it sounds like a profession where you can, but 6 months is not very long. I think it's perfect for the basics. I think
You're right.
personally, I think it is one of those, let's say, modern jobs or new jobs where you need some basics, but then you can kind of immediately start working and learn on the job because the requirements always kind of change and develop. Yeah. That's how I learned about design for user interfaces, user experience. It was kind of so new in Germany that you couldn't even find a proper university studies degree or something. So I just learned what was on the internet, on the resources. And it was also just like your data science course. It was just a course for 3 months, 6 months. And then the rest is just very practical.
I talk about this topic because I think I won't pursue a PhD if I have 10 million. This idea just comes up in my mind. So maybe that's not the one I really want,
Hmm.
my age of 36. So, yeah, if I have money, I just go to Europe and play golf with you, and go to Japan and have ramen.
Yeah. I mean, the PhD thing, it's unfortunate that things didn't work out. I still think it very suits you because yeah, I think you have very deep thoughts, and the research topic was that you send me the papers are very interesting. I think it has the potential also to, let's say, to become viral because it's very controversial, and kind of people also made documentaries about it, and but it was never in a scientific way, and I think it could always kind of trigger certain people, and that's why it can become a very hot and viral topic.
Yeah, I also
And
think so.
combining this with a PhD
10 million.
and 10 million on the bank account, it's great. I think it's a great idea.
If I have a 10 million, I can just invest it into some researchers, some
Yeah,
scholars to do research for me. They are
invest
my
in
ChatGPT.
invest into invest into a faculty and drive the research in that direction.
Yeah. Anyway, winning a lottery
Don't you
sounds
think
so
our
good.
dreams are a bit too boring? Let's say you were 20 years younger. You would spend all that money on consumption.
What? Because 20 years ago, I was more moral, you know. I don't think, I think if I won lottery at the time, 20 years ago, I probably it, gave all my money to my
You
parents.
think?
Mm, 20 years ago.
Hmm.
I was very like innocent and
Yeah.
pure, like sincere I at the time.
Then I wonder what your parents would do. They buy properties, maybe.
I think they will buy a house for me with my name.
Yeah. Then you would maybe have 5, 10 apartments that are worth 4 million. In that
But
sense, they are more responsible than us, probably.
right, right. I don't think they will spend it by for themselves.
Mm,
They'll probably save it. Just save it.
yeah.
What would you do
20 years ago,
20 years ago?
I would be underage, actually.
10, 17 years ago. Yeah, 20
17
years
years ago.
ago, I was also the underage. I was 15.
It's hard, yeah. I probably do the same because at that age, you didn't earn any money, basically, and you don't know what it means to have that much money or money at all.
I just survived with a €1 at that time. Every
Mm.
day, I just went to the supermarket in high school and buying strawberry bread, strawberry jam bread. That
And you
was
were
the only
you were so happy back then, right?
that was the only consumption
That's
I
all you
make.
needed.
Yeah, right.
That's all you needed. Yeah, I think I got, how old was I? I was in boarding school,
Yeah.
and we we get like €4 every week, and sometimes we would go to the pool, and after that we get kind of a Coke or something and some chips, and that's all the where the money went, and that's it. I mean, that was the highlight, I think, back then, just having a Coke, some chips. And I remember some people or some friends, they had even less. I think they had like €2 because they were younger. And then I think they went to a bakery and bought a piece of bread. And they went to the butcher next door and asked if they can have one slice of kind of sausage.
Right. Wow.
One slice. Usually you you buy, I don't know, 10 slices or something. And then the butcher were always so kind and gave this for free, the one slice. It's so simple. So simple.
Right.
Yeah. But sometimes I think it's, if we really won the lottery right now, I think it's better to win it now than back then, because I think we have more life experience and we don't like spend the money like crazy people. Like,
We won't buy like Ferrari.
yeah,
We won't buy it. So
yeah, we would rent it for one day.
I won't. But yeah, you
No,
can. No, not interested in. I don't know why. I like the cars a lot, like those industry, like German cars. But now I don't have, I'm totally lost my interest. I don't know why.
So you still are interested in the car industry right now? I mean, you like
In
Tesla a lot.
industry itself, yes, but
Yeah.
so I'm not obsessed with those expensive cars. I don't know. Now my idea about cars just changed, totally changed. Because as I told you, arriving to the destination most conveniently is the only reason to buy a car.
Mm,
So for me, Tesla is the best choice.
mm,
And the electric cars for me is better because it doesn't have noise,
mm.
quiet.
It's hard to say. I mean, I personally like the idea of, let's say, a sports car, but I'm not sure if I would ever buy one because it's just, as you said, it's a means of transportation. I think it would give you that dopamine rush in the first weeks or months, but then it's just a car.
Yeah, my friend used to drive C4 when he was in university.
What car is? What?
C4 BMW Z4, the
Okay, yeah, yeah,
convertible.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, my friends had it when I was in university, so I had a chance to drive that car, and I kind of didn't enjoy it.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
know it go fast, but driving like sedan or SUV for me
mm,
is more convenient because it has so much space.
yeah,
I don't like cars without any space. I don't
yeah.
want to be like
Cramped in that
squeezed.
sports
Yeah.
car. Very hard seats.
So my favorite is Lexus, not a Mercedes.
That's an odd choice. I would even have thought that you said Genesis.
Genesis is also nice, but Lexus has more cars.
Hmm, Lexus.
I'm gonna
If I
get
would
GV70 if I have 10 million.
that humble, it's so humble. GV. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I would just stick to the car right now. Maybe I want to buy a smart, but that old smart, that very tiny smart, like electric one, cabriolet,
Mm.
just for fun. I think I would even consider buying a scooter because it's so easy to get around and you can park everywhere.
What do you mean scooter? Scooter in Germany is like a motorcycle or the like
Yeah,
you
that
kick
kind of
the ground.
motorcycle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Electric one. I always wanted to
Mm.
have one.
You had it in China, right? Probably
No,
when you were
never.
in Beijing. Nope, never.
No, never. Yeah, it's very convenient.
So convenient, so good.
How about luxury watches? Are you interested in that?
I used to like other guys' cars,
Mm,
luxury watches. Like
yeah.
when I was in university, luckily the Apple Watch came out, and now I'm
Wow.
just satisfied with this.
Mhm.
It is actually pretty expensive already, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, compared to luxury watches, it's quite cheap.
Real
But
luxury watches.
real luxury watches. Personally, I'm also not a watch guy. I think sometimes I have phases where I am looking at some watches just for fun because I see them in the window. But yeah, I think I would never purchase that kind of watch unless maybe it's just a pure investment. But even that, I have no idea about this industry.
I'm not interested at all. But what I want to buy is kind of camping stuffs and a cars that suits for the camping. So if you visit Korea, I can take you to camping space and we can like use the grills
uh,
and the barbecues. I want to try those proper cooking in camping.
what is that? What is that perfect camping car? Is it a Tesla?
Tesla can be, uh, yeah, or I think Hyundai cars are good.
Mm,
Genesis, because they have that V2L
yes.
plug.
You have that plug. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, I also have that on my car, my electric
Oh,
car,
really?
but I never used it. I should use it. I should try it at least,
Yeah.
but
Bring your microwave and try.
I don't have a microwave.
No microwave?
No microwave.
How do you make your food? How do you
How
heat
do
your
I
food?
reheat?
Yeah.
In the oven? I
Like
just reheat it in the pan?
pizzas,
In the
like
oven?
leftover piece. Oven.
In the
You use
oven.
oven.
Yeah.
Mm.
It gets, it's even better than the microwave because it gets crispy
Right.
again. And also I have a Ninja cooker. Do you know Ninja?
Rice
It's
cooker.
it also can be used as a rice cooker, but it's a multifunctional cooking device. Yeah. It's kind of an air fryer. But
Mm-mm.
I can also steam and pressure cook.
Yeah, we are happy with talking about this small, cheap stuff.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's, I don't know if, let's say, things that we're saying right now is kind of humble. I'm not sure if it's coming from that age or is coming from the experiences we made, or because we both of us we're not poor. We are well off and we have experienced many things like travel abroad and education abroad and those kind of things. I wonder what would happen if we, let's say, were raised not with that kind of experience. Maybe we would spend the money on cars and watches.
Oh, so you mean if we were poor, if you were grown up in relatively insufficient back background, then you think we were gonna buy cars,
Yeah,
luxury
if
thing.
if we were not that privileged, or our, let's say, material needs were not met. Yeah.
Yeah. Because some people may think they are frugal,
Mm,
thrifty if they have like an insufficient background. But you think those people probably have more, let's say, needs or eager to buy those luxury stuff.
yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is we had access to business class on flights. We had
Uh,
access to good hotels.
uh,
And if it were, or having good food in the restaurant, but if you didn't have anything of that before, you would probably want to experience it. And you would probably experience it harder than we did with 10 million.
who is that famous investor? It's Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
It's McDonald's every day, because he experienced everything before. Actually, he can buy anything he wants, so he
Yeah.
just choose to eat McDonald's every day.
Which is nice.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think he's
like
he's also very living very humbly. I think in his hometown still. I'm not sure about his past, whether he comes from a poor or rich family.
he graduated UPenn.
Seems like
And
a good university.
yeah, also I don't know. Ah,
Yeah,
no, no,
he's
no.
kind of
Their family has a grocery store. That's very rich.
maybe low or middle income, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. But
Compares
true,
to
yeah, he's very living very humble. Yeah,
yeah, I like him.
yeah,
I like him a lot. He's smart enough.
yeah. He's so that's why I think it's probably better if we won the lottery right now, because we would be responsible as him, probably.
Totally, yeah, totally agree. 90% agree. Yeah.
Getting so excited. But the truth is we haven't won the lottery now. right now.
Let's go buy one and let's talk about it next week. The
Okay.
results. When is the results comes out?
The
In Korea, it's
drawing
Saturday.
here it's Wednesday and Saturday. But statistics wise, most winners are on Saturdays, I think. Should we buy one?
I'm gonna buy one
Yeah.
right now. And let's start our conversation next week with the result.
Okay. Okay, then let's each of us buy 2 lottery tickets, and how about we share the profits 50-50?
No, just you. If you win it, you just keep it.
Why?
It's so difficult to send the money.
Let's just bring it cash. Let's make a deal, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Our chances increase by 2 times. We double our chances.
Then yeah, split half,
Okay.
half,
Half
yeah,
half.
half.
Good.
Yeah, it is actually for me. It's beneficial, but for you, it's a loss because the amount you get is much bigger.
But 50% of something is more than 50% of nothing.
Okay, yeah. Then let's just split, share it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
Can you sleep? It's we
I'm
have
very
some
excited.
dopamine rush.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Uh,
The chances are slim, but still, as we said before, it's your chances would be 0 if you don't try at least.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Good. Then that's it for this podcast. It was a very, let's say, free, creative, and dreamy podcast, and I'm excited about the Saturday drawing. Maybe there won't be another episode because we each have 5 million in our bank accounts. Okay. Good. Then
Yeah.
see you next week.
Maybe next week we may have to skip it because
Okay.
I'll be in Xinjiang, to
Ah,
China. Not sure. But I will bring my laptop and everything, but not sure about the internet.
I see.
So
Okay.
let's check the situation.
Yeah. We can be, yeah, let's decide when the date comes closer. And yeah, I'm excited what you have to say about China. Okay. Have a good day then, and
Mm.
safe travels.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.